My name is Jim Leivers. I am the Director of Children's Services in the County of Oxfordshire. The session that I've recently chaired was communicating effectively in a crisis and handling difficult situations. Myself and two colleagues, Director of Children's Services in Nottingham and the Director of Children's Services in Coventry, took participants through the problems and challenges of dealing with a serious incident within their directorate, the consequences of that and how to handle that effectively. Key issues that fell from the session, essentially it was about proper preparation, knowing your business, working effectively with your partners and other key individuals such as politicians, ensuring that when you're dealing with those sorts of things you are able to directly inform people what has happened, why it's happened and what you've done about it. Directors of Children's Services, wherever they are, will inevitably face either a tragedy or something that's gone badly wrong within their service. In terms of Children's Services, it is probably the most volatile and difficult part of local government, and Directors of Children's Services have got to be able to deal with the media and interested parties in events that do go wrong. The key issues, I think, in dealing with these sorts of situations for Directors of Children's Services is you've got to know your business, you've got to know what you're dealing with, you've got to be able to engage all of those that have an interest and properly inform them and work with them in an open and honest way. A second thing that I think that is important in dealing with those sorts of issues is ensuring that there is victim sensitivity. So you've got to be able to demonstrate that the County Council, even if it did badly, effectively supported and worked with victims and parents and carers. And the third thing that I would say, above all else, is about proper preparation. I think the other thing which is important is admit your mistakes. Say sorry. When you're dealing with tragedies such as what I've dealt with, or in Coventry in the case of, say, Daniel Pelka, or historic abuse situations such as what you've got in Nottingham, you've got to be able to look after your staff. Staff have got to understand that they are not there to be criticised and condemned, but that the organisation will support them. Clearly, when people do things that they shouldn't have done, that needs to be dealt with. But in the vast majority of cases, people who are working with children don't get out of bed in the morning and say, how can I mess up a child's life today? What they try to do is their best. Sometimes their best and anybody else's best isn't good enough. Managing the media was a central tenet of how we dealt with the whole situation. The most important thing, I think, is to be honest with the media, to engage the media in what you've done, whether that's in forms of newspaper or indeed television or radio. Engage them with the issues that you're dealing with, support them in the story that they're trying to make, but actually be very robust in defending your situation when you know that the things that you dealt with were dealt with as well as they possibly could be.